Zoom is an excellent tool for synchronous teaching, and we will talk about it in a moment. So we have two terms, synchronous teaching and asynchronous teaching. Now, as I said, synchronous means real-time communication with our students. Asynchronous means what we will be exploring today. And you will see how we have implemented it in our school. Now, this is what the agenda for today's meeting. First of all, I will give you a brief description of synchronous tools. Tools you can use if you want to do real-time teaching with your students. But then we will explore ways to do asynchronous education. We will look at the platform that we've been using, the tools that we've been using on this platform and how to use them effectively, how these tools connect to language skills and systems, and I will show you examples from our own experience that so far has been extremely successful. And we will hold a Q&A session at the end. I would like you to post your questions on the chat. So throughout the meeting, if you have questions, post them on the chat. And sorry, somebody's writing something. Yes. I have a problem with Pepe's connection. I don't have sound. Okay, I can't do anything about it now. It will be video recorded, Stavroula, so you can watch it later if not now. Okay. So if you have questions while I'm delivering the webinar, please post them on the chat, and now we will deal with them at the end. I will pause at certain points. I'm muting your microphones, as I said, to discuss anything that you feel is very crucial to discuss at this point. So, first of all, as I said, we will discuss some synchronous online teaching tools. And of course, the most popular one and the most common one is Skype. Skype is good because everybody is familiar with it. It has some limitations though. And the main limitation is that you can only share a screen, but you cannot do other things with it. You cannot, for example, use it with a whiteboard, as you can do with Zoom. You can create chat groups on Skype. You can name them and post a picture, and you can call all your students at the same time. It can work, especially with higher levels or older students. It cannot really work with younger students. I mean, I haven't found the way to make it work. Now, there's also WebEx, a platform similar to Zoom. I think you don't have to pay for it. It's free. But the good version of it is not free. And there is Zoom. Zoom is what we're using right now. I find it the best. I'm now using a paid version of it, just because I was thinking I might want to host meetings that are more than 40 minutes. The only problem with Zoom is that if you want to have a lesson on the free platform, it can be up to 40 minutes. This is not necessarily a bad thing, because online lessons, online sessions, online classes, when they're synchronous, they cannot be too long. There cannot be too long for many reasons. One of them is screen time for children. Another one is attention deficit. You cannot have your students paying attention to what you're saying for more than 40 minutes. So if you want to combine a synchronous and an asynchronous tool, I would go for the free version of Zoom. You do your live teaching, your synchronous teaching for 40 minutes maximum, and then you send to your students other things to do asynchronously. Now, I will show you Zoom in a while. It has many features. You can share the screen as we're doing right now. You can see all the participants. In my paid version, I can have up to 300, but normally you are allowed to invite 50, which is more than enough for synchronous teaching. And also you can share a whiteboard on which you can write. You can share documents, and you can, which is the best thing I think about it, you can create smaller groups. So you can have your students in separate rooms, as they're called, and have them do group work if you wish. Or you might want to put them on hold until you're interviewing someone else. So it has a lot of features. It's very rich. And I think for free tools, it's the best thing you can find for educational purposes. Now, the first step with asynchronous learning is to have a platform. Imagine the platform as a page where you all meet. By the way, asynchronous means not real time. Okay, so the lesson develops and is delivered on your platform, but students can access it at different points in time. So many of you might be familiar with the platform I have been using, and it's Edmodo. Edmodo is like an educational Facebook. It looks a lot like Facebook, and that's a good thing because students are familiar with it, and you can upload links and files and everything you want on your page, sharing it with your friends who at this time are your students. Now, I will show you first how you can create an Edmodo account. So you go to edmodo.com, you select the teacher button, you fill out the registration form, and you create your account button to complete the sign-up process. It's very simple. If you have a Gmail, you can do it automatically through your Gmail, but it works with any email. Then you get a confirmation on your email, and you set up your Edmodo account. Very simple. So when you see this screen here, sign up for now, you choose I'm a teacher. Okay. The next step when you create your Edmodo account is to create a class. So you go to this plus sign here, and it will give you a drop-down menu that says create a class or join a class. As a teacher, you want to create a class. And then you have this screen where you insert the name of your class. You can describe it if you want. You select the grade. I mean, let's say A junior is first grade, B junior is second grade, and so on. You select the subject. It should be language arts. And then it will ask you for a sub-subject, which is English or EFL, ESL, whatever you want. You have the option of coloring your different classes with different colors, which is a good thing because each class has a distinct color. And then you have a screen like that, which, as I said, looks a lot like Facebook. This is, for example, my A class. And you upload links. We will explore these in detail in a minute, but this is how it looks. Okay, so Maria Davo posted to a regular, and this is the things I have posted. Now, how do you invite your students? If you look, I'll go to here, it says, if you can see on my screen, invite people. You click on that, and then you have this screen. Each class you create has a code. You can either send this code to your students directly, or if you go here where it says download the handout, this is a handout that you can send to students. And you have instructions for students, and instructions for parents. It's good to send. I sent that. I translated it into Greek, and I sent it to parents so that they can help their children join the class. Important information: to join the class, you do not need to have an email. So your young learners who normally do not have emails can join the class just with the code. They don't need anything else. So the parents do not have to go through all the hassle of creating email accounts for their children. They just go to edmodo.com, they follow these instructions, and they enter the code, and they're members in your class. So I'll go back. Somebody is Evelyn. I'll go back to show you something. Sorry. So here, for example, if you click on members, you will see all the students in your class who have joined your class with a code. Now, as soon as you have created your Edmodo page and you have invited your students, you need to start uploading links, because this is how the asynchronous learning will take place. Links are web tools that will build your lesson. Before we start talking about the media and the web tools and the means, the digital means we need to create this lesson, we need to talk about methodology. Now, I'm assuming most of us have been proponents of the communicative approach, and that's great, but in online education, it's way more difficult to follow the communicative approach. However, we cannot deliver strict, dry, teacher-centered lessons, because this will take the magic away. So what we need to create is a well-structured lesson plan that meets the new needs, that has to be very tight. We need to have in mind exactly what the next step is going to be. It has to be shorter, so you cannot upload material that is good for 3 hours of learning if you have 3 hours of teaching time in class. This has to be done gradually, and we also need variety. But unlike face-to-face education, it will be, albeit autonomous, it will be slightly more teacher-centered. And this, unfortunately, cannot be totally avoided. So it is important, however, to think as learners and to think of the learner experience. The problem with screens and online whatever, social media, video games, online education, is that it might make us passive consumers of knowledge. And what we need to do, and it's a big challenge here, is to reduce this passive consumption. Also, as language educators, we need to integrate all skills, reduce screen time, as I said before. I mean, don't have your learners, don't plan something that will have your learners 3 hours in front of a screen. We need a way to track progress. I'm afraid that the situation, I mean, we all know that it's not going to last just for 2 weeks. The lockdown will last at least for a month. So it is important to be able to see how our students progress through this month with their language skills. And of course, we need to add some human element. It's not just the screen, it's not just the digital book, it's not just the web tools. We need to see the face of the teacher and the face of each other. Because precisely during this difficult time, the human element is what can possibly save us, at least emotionally. So, going back to a traditional communicative lesson structure, the best way to teach in an online environment, especially when it comes to asynchronous education, is the PPP. PPP stands for presentation, practice, production. And this is how we have structured the lessons in our school. And I will show them to you later. You will see the real lesson. It all starts with a hello video with a teacher, a very short one, like 1 minute, because the students need to see the face. Then there is the presentation time where I will show you how we record our screen. And we open our interactive whiteboard software from the books we're using. I will show you examples from Oxford Discover and Oxford Thinkers, the books we're using in our school. But you can find, I'm sure you have interactive whiteboard software with whatever publisher you're using. Then after you present your lesson through a video, it's practice time. And there we have several web tools that we can use. And finally, it's production time, which is the most difficult part, because it has to be done in an isolated mode with students recording themselves or using writing platforms that I will show you again later on this webinar. Some extras we can use to enrich the learner experience and make our lesson more creative, more fun, more meaningful, if you want, is storytelling. You know that I'm a huge proponent of storytelling in the classroom, of the use of books. So if your students already have their literature book at home, you can use that. You can use audiobooks from YouTube, or you can use Vox, a great site that we will see in a minute, that has visual storytelling. With higher levels, a great tool to use are TED Talks that have embedded questions, quizzes, and I'm sorry, discussion questions. So, sorry. The first thing we have to learn is how to record our screen. If you're Mac users like myself, sorry, some people are writing to us. TED as well, yes, I have it here. Okay, so for Mac users, you just go to QuickTime Player. It has a drop-down menu. You go to record my screen. You make sure your microphone is switched on, and then you can record everything on your screen. If you're not a Mac user, this link is a tutorial on how you can record your screen for Windows. It is very important that the learners listen to the lesson with the teacher's voice. Sorry. Okay, we will deal with the questions later. Now, it's important that when you record your screen, you speak clearly. Think that we're dealing with our students. You need to take into consideration their level. Make pauses as you would make in a real class. Be as natural as possible, as if your students are there and they're looking at you and they're listening to you. Ask them to repeat after you, as you would do in a real class. Ask them to underline what is important in their book. If necessary, this is the time where it's okay to use Greek, if you speak Greek, because in real life communication and in real life teaching, we have extra nonverbal clues to make our students understand English only. But in this environment, we might have to use a little bit more of L1 to explain, for example, what they have to do, or to clarify something, or even some difficult parts in a text can be supported by a little bit of L1 use. Don't overdo it, because the important thing is to expose them to the language they have to learn, to the English language, and they don't have so much exposure nowadays with everything being locked down. Of course, they have exposure on the internet, which is the good thing about it. Now, this is the point where I will stop the presentation. I will unmute you. Where are you? You're here. Sorry. I want to open it, but I can't. Okay, so I will unmute you. I will give you 3 minutes if you have any questions. So you're all unmuted now.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you're all unmuted, if you have important questions, you can ask it now. If you have any questions so far.
Maria,
Yes.
good morning.
Good
Evelina
morning.
speaking.
Hi, Evelina.
In
In English, because not everyone speaks Greek here.
Okay, can you give us, there is a small button somewhere that it says raise your hand. Otherwise, I can hear all the voices together.
I don't know where that is. I need to find it, but
It says raise your hand so that everybody can take turns. Otherwise, if we talk all together, it's not going to be easy.
Okay, anyway, I'm not going to have you for a long time because in a minute.
Can I ask you something that I've got
Yes.
as a question?
Of course.
Yesterday, I used for, are we going to take the link? Will you be sending me the link or us the link for the recorder?
Yes, I will send you the recorder later.
Okay, so that's not a problem for me because I had a problem with the other micro screen, Micromatic, something
I will
like
send. I will send you the recorder.
Okay, nothing from
any questions so far? Anybody else?
Nope.
No, so far so good.
Okay, good. So I'm muting you again because it's too noisy. And now I'm going to show you Edmodo and the lesson. Okay, so it's here. Now I will go to my A class. See, this is what you will be seeing. So here are all the classes I'm managing at this point, quite a few, as you can see. And I will go to my A class to show you how the lesson is structured. So I'll make it bigger. So it says new lesson. First, they will watch the video with me that I will show you now. Okay, so this is the first thing they see. Just a hello from the teacher to connect. The second and the most important thing, if you want, is the recording of our lesson with our screen. Now, for this, what I did is first I recorded my lesson, my screen with my voice, and then I uploaded my video on Edpuzzle, which is an amazing tool that I strongly recommend for you to use. And it's like this. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Sorry. Okay, this is Edpuzzle. Before I play my lesson, I want to tell you how you can create an account on Edpuzzle. It's again very simple. You can create an account with your Gmail or with your Facebook, and then you go here where it says content. You go to my content and then create content. Someone wants something? Someone was waiting. Okay. And then you drag and drop your screen recorded video on Edpuzzle. This gives you something amazing. Let's have a look. This was the homework I gave to my students the previous time. So I start with correcting the homework from their workbook. So on and so forth. I will move forward. This is from the workbook, and then we moved in the teacher's book. Sorry, let me. So look at that. Sorry, I'll go a bit. Look at that. Is Rosa happy now? And you have to say yes or no. So I'll say yes, which is wrong. I will submit it and I will immediately get feedback. So the questions you could ask your students could be added on the video. I'll show you more. So I need means. So you can have vocabulary questions. So let's say I need means χρειάζομαι. Submit, it's correct. The student listens to your voice while watching the screen, but also has to answer questions, quiz questions that help with understanding the reading itself and with vocabulary building. So you make it as interactive as possible through Edpuzzle. I'll go a little bit, I'll go here, for example. Sorry. No, I'll go to this question, sorry. Never sell something you need to buy something you want. This is the moral of the story. And they have to say what it means. I'll click the wrong answer. These questions are created by you, and they should be exactly what you would ask in a real class. How would you break down this text to make your students understand it better? What vocabulary would you focus on to help your students understand the text? And then continue. And so on. And then this is the grammar section. They listen to the song. I underline some words I wanted them to pay attention to because of their pronunciation. Exactly what I would do in class. So when this is Edpuzzle, and this is the homepage of Edpuzzle. You create your account, as I said, And then you go here to My Content. Oh, you can't listen to the video? Okay, my students can. Maybe because I'm wearing these and I'm presenting it on Zoom, but normally they can. So you go here to My Content, add content, upload a video. You're here on this page and you can drag and drop your video here or choose a file. And then you add questions. I will give you an example. I will upload this video, let's say. No, this is too long. I will upload this video, which is very short. Can you see here how it uploads? After a while, you will be able to add interactive questions to your video. And this is great because they will be interacting with you. They will be listening to your voice. You will be asking questions. They will see the questions on their screen. They're able to click on the right answer. You can add notes if you want for them to get extra feedback. It's as close as you can get to a real classroom. So, see, we have a little bit more for it to upload. The next step after having them listen to your presentation through Edpuzzle, or if you don't want to use Edpuzzle, you can upload your video on YouTube and share the link. But I think Edpuzzle is better because it gives you the option of asking them real-time questions. Sorry. And then you can create on Edmodo quizzes. And to do that, you go, there are two ways of doing it. The one is going here to this plus sign and click on create a quiz, or you can go here where it says library and you can create your quiz again and have it in your library because you might want to use it at another time or with other classes. So if I go here and I click on create a quiz, I need a quiz title, so I'll write webinar, for example, and a short description or instructions. Match the words with their definitions, for example. And here you have a time limit. How much time do you want to give to your students? And you can click on showing results or not. You can lock the quiz after due date. So you might want to tell them, I want the quiz ready by Friday. And then they will not have access to it. And then you prepare your quiz questions and you can have multiple choice, short answer, fill in the blanks, matching, multiple answers. So here I had matching, for example. So webinar is one word and coronavirus is another. And I don't know, colleagues is another. And then you can have, you write the correct definition. You decide how many grades you want to give for each correct answer. You can add more questions. And then you assign it to them. Okay, so you go, where is it? I haven't entered anything here, so that's why. Here you write the definitions, and then if you want, you can have additional answers, add new questions, and assign. When you finish, you go to assign. Okay, this quiz has errors because I made all these stupid marks here, but you can also attach files. You can attach a link, a video, a song. You can attach a link from Voox with visual storytelling. You can attach images if you want. So for each question, you can have a picture. Then you assign it to the class you want. So I want to assign it, for example, to a senior. And then they have to do it. So I want to go back. Okay. So the next thing you do is you give them a quiz based on the lesson you just presented. Then what I have done with this lesson, the next thing was to add a link from Voox. Voox is a tool on visual storytelling. It's great. I have subscribed, I have a free subscription for a month, for a year, sorry. Now it offers a free subscription for a month. So this is the book they can watch. It has several stories, excellent ones. It's not for older learners or for very advanced levels, but it's great for our young learners. So I assign a book for them to listen to every time. And then I create a story quiz. So they read/listen to the book, watch the story, and they do another quiz on the story. And then I ask them here, I hope you can see, to read aloud the grammar song from our book, from Discover, and go to Flipgrid, which is another tool I will show you in a while, and record themselves reading aloud the grammar song. So this is a reading aloud exercise. On Flipgrid, you can ask them to produce mini videos on any question you have. And then they have their homework. Okay. And this is a complete lesson, asynchronous lesson for my A senior. Now, on Edmodo, another thing that is interesting is progress. If you go here at the top of the page, classes, and then progress, you can choose. So these people have to do 4 Edmodo quizzes, and you can see how well they have done. And for the ones who have done really well, you can also give badges, so that they feel that they're somehow rewarded. I have a badge for hard worker because some of them have not done that well, but they have tried hard. I have a badge for perfect attendance. And you can create your own badges. I have created a badge, Super Duper Glossomathian, for the ones who, complete a lot of characteristics and they're participating actively in this online learning situation. So here you can see the progress for all your classes. So I can go to any class and see how they have progressed. And going back to my A senior, this was the homework this time. The previous time, okay, you can create polls. Tell us your opinion. Do you like the online lessons? They're great, they're okay, I don't like them. Students interact. We gave them dancing challenges to make it, again, more fun. On the weekend, I uploaded some games for them to play, which is not part of the regular lesson. And this is what I was talking about before, the human element. Because we're all locked at home and we have nothing to do. I created a video challenge with my daughter, then I created another one on TikTok, and I uploaded here, and different students have started uploading their own video challenges. Don't laugh. And we have students who have uploaded their own challenges, and it's really cute, and it's sort of comforting in these hard times, that they're there and they want to do the same. and they want to have fun with us. So I'll show you one. Where is she? Okay. Okay. Now, a student who responded, look at that. Okay, it will play in a moment, I hope. And this is how we sort of interact without being face to face, because the truth is we miss each other. Now, Annie posted another challenge with, let's see that. And then, you know, different people, including myself, followed Annie's challenge. Now, I will go back to my presentation. So, on the presentation that I will send you, you have the detailed information on how to use Edpuzzle, and how to create a YouTube channel if you don't want to use Edpuzzle, but you want to use YouTube. Now, moving from presentation to practice, one practice tool is Edmodo quizzes that we saw, but there are others. There's Quizlet, there are Kahoot challengers, there's Mentimeter, there are many. And I will show them to you again in a minute. And for the production stage, which is the most difficult one, as we said, you can use Flipgrid. You can have them shoot videos, record their own videos, or they can use the voice recorder if you ask them for example, to give their opinion on something, or to read aloud something, or to do a pronunciation exercise. And of course, there are writing web tools, especially very well designed for higher levels, though. There is a lack of tools for writing tasks for lower levels. Now, let's look at the skills. With Edmodo, basically you can practice everything because it's a platform where you upload everything. For pre-reading, writing, and speaking tasks, a great tool is Mentimeter. Don't worry, I will show you everything in a minute. I'm just presenting them now. Reading comprehension, Edpuzzle with the quiz questions, Edmodo quizzes, and Vooks. Of course, I mean, for higher levels, you can upload an article or a part of a text, and you can create an Edmodo quiz with questions on it. Listening comprehension, okay, Edpuzzle again, Edmodo quizzes, Vooks, TED Talks, amazing, and they can do them very easily, and podcasts. I'm planning to upload for my advanced learners, my deeper learning learners, a podcast by Sam Harris. I will ask them to listen to it in their own time, and then I will give them an Edmodo quiz with questions on the podcast. For writing, these are very good tools, but for higher levels, I mean, I would say B1 and above, Write and Improve, Paper-Rater, and Learn English Teens. This is from the British Council. To build vocabulary, to present it, to play with it, Edmodo quizzes, as you saw, I can stop it. You can stop it during presentation and ask them vocabulary questions. And of course, Quizlet. And for speaking, we said it's Flipgrid or a video recorder like InShot or iMovies. And now about assessment, because as we said, we also have to assess somehow our students and look at their progress. These are I would say the most popular ones, but there are many other. Quizalize, and I mean, the problem with online education is that there are too many tools and you don't know which ones to choose from. By the way, I forgot to say that everything I'm showing to you today is free. If you want to move to paid services, you can find amazing things, but in many ways, this is a time to not spend so much money. So try to use the free online tools because they're enough. I mean, and they're adequate and they're sufficient, and we don't need anything more than that. Now, it's also time to introduce alternative assessment. See, we cannot see the real progress other than a number of how many points they got out of a quiz or mark a writing perhaps. It's time to start looking at assessment through a different lens. We can ask our students to grade themselves quantitatively. So for example, you did your workbook exercises from Discover One. You saw the correct answer. Give a mark to yourselves out of 20. This is very important because it shows them, it gives them responsibility, it gives them autonomy, and it gives them a sense of self-discipline. And I think it's a good time to introduce values such as these. And you can also ask them to evaluate themselves and write a sentence about how they think they went. Or on Edmodo, you can create a poll. How well do you think you did on the first new lessons? And they can choose the option of self-evaluation they feel describes better their performance. Finally, it's important to remember that at these times, these very difficult times, tracking their progress is important, but it's not the most important thing. I think what is important is to help them keep up with the language. You know, the learning curve, research says, is at its peak now, at the end of February. So whatever students have learned throughout the time from September till now is now the time that it will become really acquired, and they will be able to start producing language. And unfortunately, this is the time when we are hit by this misfortune and they cannot keep up with their progress, but we need to help with that as much as possible. So I think we need to include to our lessons some creative activities and tasks because they offer some emotional support as well. So it's important to show to our students that we're here. That's why I keep saying, have a real video of yourselves. You know, say hi to them with a member of your family. Show them your pet. Share with them because they need to see us and feel we're all still connected and we're all still part of the same community. So this human element is very important. Real life videos, you can use TikTok. I recently learned about it from my students, and you can create video challenges on TikTok and TPR, like what Annie did with heads, shoulders, knees, and toes, what I did with Eleni with the hokey pokey. On Thursday, I will upload another video which is called Freeze, and we will be dancing and I will ask them to freeze. So try to add this human element. It's funny. I mean, I know I'm ridiculous in this video, but it doesn't matter because this is how our students will feel connected with me. The most important when we talk about the human element is to be present. As the teacher's presence is important in the classroom, it is important in this environment as well. We are the most powerful tool we have to teach our learners, and we need to use it through this new medium as well. Now, before I show you the online tools, the remaining online tools in detail, there is no way that online teaching can replace face-to-face teaching. It cannot be as experiential, as interactive, as fun, it's true. But as an online learner for many decades, I can tell you, 2 decades, I can tell you that there is a place for online learning. And it can be fascinating, it can be engaging, it can be inspiring. By the way, the Edmodo lesson plan that we are using in our school is based on the Coursera paradigm. Coursera is a MOOC, a massive online educational service where you can take classes for free, classes from top universities. And I've been educating myself through Coursera for many years now, since it started. And it's great. It's a great time for you to take courses on Coursera. Another great platform is edX from MIT. So what we're doing on Edmodo with the interactive video and the embedded quiz and then the activities that are due is based on the Coursera paradigm that I have used as a student, and it works. Now, it's not time for questions yet because I want to show you in detail all the online tools I talked about. This is the paper checker. The paper checker is, you can use it with B1 and above. They can insert the writing here before they send it to you. Then they have to say some things about themselves, like what grade are they? What kind of paper are they submitting? Like it's, I don't know, a speech, a presentation, a book report, a letter, an email. Skip the plagiarism detection because it takes more time. And then you go to get report, and the students get a detailed report. Sorry, where is it? Here. It takes like a couple of minutes, and they get a detailed report of the writing and corrections they can make. And this is great because it helps with self-correction. So here you see spelling, okay, no spelling errors. Grammar, no grammar errors. Okay, because it was mine. Word choice, I have some problems. Oh no, I don't have some problems. The style, vocabulary words, the grade. Okay, grades are enabled from grade 6 and up. I did not, I chose grade 1. I should have chosen a higher grade. So it's great. Teach them to use Paperator, not just now, but always, because they can submit something first here and then to you, and it will help them with process writing. So this is, I use it with B1 and above. Now, this is what I talked to you about, the Learn English Teens. With B2 and Deeper Learning, I uploaded this guided writing lesson with exercises that they can do in their own time. And then there is a discussion topic that they have to write about, submit it on Paperator first, and then submit it on Edmodo. But they have the guidance. And this is for high, I mean, I use this with my Deeper Learning class, the advanced learners. Okay, so again, they thought on Learn English Teens, you will find lots of different lesson plans. It's very guided, it's very scaffolded. They can take it step by step. And then at the end, again, they have the discussion where they have to write something about it. Now, going to games. Okay, there are several sites with great games you can add. British Council has a great variety of games from different levels based on different skills. This is from Cambridge. I used it with my B2 because they're preparing themselves for exams. It's the Write and Improve. You send them your written task and you get automatic grades and feedback. It's similar to Paperator, but it's more focused on Cambridge exams. Okay, that we saw. Okay, this is Edpuzzle. If I want to show you how you can do your, you can insert questions. So this is the video we uploaded together. You go here where it says edit, and you go here where it says questions. You choose the type of question you want, multiple choice questions. Question, who is this? For example, Mary, sorry, or Vicky. And see, you can pick which one is going to be the correct answer. And when the video plays, it will stop there and it will give them this question. And you click on save, or you can ask, and then, I'll save it, sorry. And then you can either add another question at the same point on the video, or continue and add a question later. This is done. This is Voox, highly recommended. I told you it gives you free subscription for a month now, so it's a good time to subscribe. Okay, we saw that. Okay, this is Socrative. Socrative is like Kahoot, like quizzes. You can create your teacher account very easily, and then you can create quizzes, multiple choice or true false quizzes, or short answer quizzes for reading comprehension, for content knowledge, for vocabulary, for grammar, for whatever you want. This is great. Quizzes is great because with quizzes, you can do live quizzes with your learners. So for example, yesterday, it was around 7 p.m. I was bored. I went here, search for quizzes. I wrote to be. I found several quizzes on the verb to be. I chose, I think, this one. And I chose play live. So if you choose play live, you go here to host game, and it gives you a code. I said that I uploaded this on Edmodo, and I told my students, if you feel like playing with me, join me now. It does not have to be now. You can give them like an hour or two, and they all play the game within this time slot, and then you see who won. And it's great fun. Okay, this is quizzes. And of course, Kahoot. Kahoot is great, but now, because we're not all together in the same classroom, we use Kahoot challenges. So let me show you how to create a Kahoot challenge. So you go to create.kahoot.it. And if you don't want to create your own quiz, you can find a quiz. Let's say you want to find a quiz on past simple. You choose the one you like. I'll pick the first one randomly. You click on play, but here you have two options: host live, which we cannot do, or create challenge. So you create your challenge. You have to say when your challenge ends. Create. And then you copy this link, you upload it on Edmodo and the challenge pin, and they can play the Kahoot challenge anytime till the deadline, and you can see their scores. How you can see their scores? You go to reports. Here are the challenges I have created. Look at that one. 46 A senior students have played it already. And if you click on that, you can see the top 5. But if you want detailed reports, you can have them on Excel. So you can see which ones of your students did a good job with this challenge. Okay, and then you also have haven't finished. Oh, no, this no, it's on the Pro. but you can get a detailed report on Excel. This is great because students know Kahoot, they love it. And in fact, even with higher levels, proficiency, or exam prep classes, you can upload a whole ECPE test or CPE test or vocabulary revisions or part of a test on Kahoot as a challenge. And they will do it in a more fun way, and they will enjoy it. Another great site that you can use is this one, ESL World, with great games and also PowerPoint presentation games. So this is not interactive, of course, but you can upload the interactive, it is interactive, but it's kind of isolated, the interactive PowerPoint on any grammar point you want, and have your students do them. Remember, this all should be uploaded on Edmodo, okay, and in an organized way. No, this is irrelevant, and this is irrelevant. I just found this today, and I'm going to share it with you, although I haven't used it yet. It's called Glogster, and you can create a group Glog, which is a digital poster with your students. So I will give it to my D class, to the whole class. I will upload it on Edmodo, and I will ask them to create a digital poster about Sherlock, a series we were watching in class until we were shut down. But you can use it individually. You can assign it to your students, and they can then post it on Edmodo. This is the TEDed site I was telling you about, where you can create your own lessons with TED Talks. If you can use my TED Talk if you want, or you can find lessons already made by other teachers. So let's see. I uploaded one for my Deeper Learning class, which was about Plato's cave. Cave or cavern, whatever. Okay, this one, for example. And what they do is they watch the video, and then they have a quiz that they have to answer. And there's some additional resources and a discuss question, which you could assign for an essay for your written task. Okay, we saw Edpuzzle. This is YouTube. See how we have uploaded some of our lessons on YouTube as well, not just on Edpuzzle. Okay, so this is what Annie did. She uploaded her lesson on my YouTube channel. And look, she went on with her lesson using the interactive whiteboard software by recording her screen. And then she moved to the workbook. So everything you could actually do on your whiteboard, you can do on your screen. And it is important to have one platform, because we need a space. We need somewhere to go to and feel that this is where we meet. So I found Edmodo is the most useful one from the free ones that are offered. I mean, you can go for Moodle, but you have to pay. You can go for WebEx, which also offers a platform and synchronous learning, but you have to pay. So basically, I think this is all I wanted to present. And then it's time for your questions. I will stop the recording now, the video recording, and let's see how, stop video, sorry. No. I want to see, Evelina, if you could Can you tell me? I'm going to unmute Evelina. Where you are? Basically, I'm unmuting everybody for now. Okay, Evelina, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, can you help me with this little raise your hand feature?
I saw it before. Let me find it because my kids had it. I think it is with the reactions. Let me show you. Share screenshot. There is a small thing that it says, Maria, wait, can you see me?
I cannot see anybody now, just myself.
If
I can see you now, yes.
there are three dots at the right of the screen.
Participants, okay.
In
So
participants, Maria.
participants,
Yes.
πρέπει να βάλουμε ένα, there is a raise your hand somewhere. Can you see where it says raise hand? I'm raising my hand now and I'm asking you something.
Okay,
Lower
yes,
hand.
yes, I saw it. Okay, so I'm muting everybody again. Muting everybody because there's too much noise. And let's see if anybody's raising their hands. Participants, I can't see it again. 2 participants raise hands. Okay, yes, now I can see it. So I'm unmuting Evelina and I'm unmuting Kevin. No, you have to do it one by one. Okay, Evelina. Can you hear?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I can hear you.
You have a question, then Kevin is next and Peggy after you, after them, and Stavroula. Okay, question from Evelina.
Good morning, everybody. I would like to see how we record again ourselves because yesterday that I used another application, it needs to get launched every single time. And there's a problem with the microphone, with the volume, with the camera.
Let me just say something. I don't know. I have sent you a tutorial on one of the slides, really, because I'm a Mac user. It was pretty straightforward. But in terms of the technical stuff with your laptops, I'm afraid I cannot help.
No, it's not my laptop, excuse me. It's I haven't got a Mac, so I need the link probably from the Windows. That's the link that I need.
I have it on the presentation. So as soon as
So we're gonna have it.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm muting Evelina and it's Kevin's turn. Kevin, I cannot unmute you for some reason. I'll unmute all.
Hi, you can hear me now.
Yes, yes.
Hi,
now
everyone.
I can hear you.
It's linked to what Evelina was talking about hardware. As I understand from colleagues who have done online before, headsets with fixed microphones work far better than earplugs, and so I'm told. My thing is Maria, before all this happened, I left my books in. So I really do still need things like iTools for Discovery 4, iTools for Portal 3, because I don't have them on my computer. So I'm just wondering if at some point.
Okay, in terms of Discover, I can send you access codes online. Now for Portal, we have to talk with their publisher and ask what you can do. But for Discover, I have the online codes and I can send them to you, Kevin.
Fantastic, great, thank you. That's all.
Anything else from Kevin?
There was not. I think that's all at the moment. If I see anything else, I'll put my hand up.
Okay. Okay, Peggy, your turn. Peggy? Peggy, we can't hear you. Okay. I don't know where you are. Stavroula. Stavroula? Okay, I will look at your questions now. Sorry, mute all, but I will give you the possibility to unmute yourselves when you want.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Stavroula, ask your question.
Okay, I was about to ask about the Oxford again, the Oxford Discover and Family and Friends that we use. how can we upload the material on the platform? But you said something about that earlier.
Well, I mean, you need to talk with OUP directly, but I think I'm almost certain they can send you codes or through which you can access the book online. But I mean,
Okay.
if you have it downloaded on your computer through the iTools, you can just show your screen and record it.
Okay. That was my question. If I have it on my computer,
Yes. If you
okay.
have it on your computer, you can just record your screen. It's very simple.
Not so simple, but okay.
Okay.
That was my question mainly because I want to use it. So, okay, maybe I will call you later again.
Okay. There are many questions that have to do with hardware, and my answer is I don't know much about it. I mean, the webinar is about really the web tools and the methodology. I'm not a hardware expert at all, I'm afraid, but there's a great tool that can help you with everything, and it's Google. Every time I have a problem, I write how to. I access an online tutorial because I need visual, a YouTube tutorial, and it helps me a lot to set things up. I'm sure that publishers are available for support. I mean, through the phone, obviously. So email them for anything or call them for any kind of tech specs you need to ask. Okay. Wait. Okay. Next question. Okay. Reaction. So how can I make a Mentimeter quiz? Yes, I forgot to show you Mentimeter. I'm sorry. Let's go back to Mentimeter. Share screen, desktop. I had it. I don't know why I missed that. Okay, Mentimeter is great as a reading, writing, speaking. And I didn't show you Flipgrid either. My God, I forgot. Okay, so this is Mentimeter. Again, you could create an account with your Facebook or your Gmail or with a new account, and you go to your presentations. Now, you go here to new presentation. Let's try it now, actually, and I'll write webinar, and I will create just one slide, no more than one. And I will create a multiple choice question. When do you think schools will open? So the end of March is my first option, and end of April, my second option.
Never.
No, never, don't say that. September.
Now.
Okay, I'll have it now just for you. Okay, so present. Now, take your phones and go to menti.com and use this code that you can see on the screen. I'll do it as well from my phone. Now here at the right bottom of the page, you can see how many people have replied. So the majority of people think end of April, 2 people think June, 2 people think September, end of March, a very optimistic person here. Now, someone who's very romantic. Okay, so you can see that the 19 people have voted and the majority of people say end of April. And you don't have to do it in real time. Actually, if you send to your students the link and the code, they go to menti.com and use the code, they can access it anytime within the week and give their answers. I'll show you an example of another Mentimeter presentation that I asked my students to do. So this goes on. 22 people have answered. And most of us think it will be the end of April. Hopefully not in September. It will be a disaster. Let me show you. Where is it? Okay. Home. I'll go to my presentations. This is something
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
How can we check? I'm Vasu from Italy.
Yes. How Vasu?
Hi. Love you too. How can we see the answers? Who answered what?
We can't. You need the pro.
Okay.
You need the
Okay.
pro, but it doesn't really matter. You can ask them later on. Okay.
Okay.
This is
Thank you.
when I did the Plato allegory, the TED lesson with my deeper learning students. Before I asked them some questions. So that was, what is your definition of belief? Because the whole Plato allegory is about what we know, what we believe, what we think we know, what is knowledge, what is belief, what is truth. So I started, before I uploaded the video, the TED lesson, I asked this question. And these are their answers. And this is a good way to warm them up, or to then prepare my writing task for them, to put them into thinking. So again, with this code, they could access this and post their ideas. And the other thing I didn't show you was Flipgrid. This is the other thing I forgot. Okay, this is great. Make sure you sign up as educators, because this is how you get all the rights. And this is what I gave them now. I uploaded. Yes.
It's meant to meter free account.
Free, totally free. Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, this is Flipgrid. So welcome to Flipgrid. I say hello first and read aloud the song. And they just click on this plus sign, and they can record their response. I'll give you examples, because now nobody has recorded a response yet. I'll give you examples from students who have recorded responses. Okay, Philip. See, can you see?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
I want to ask something, Mary.
So you can ask them to upload their Flipgrids, their videos, on any questions you ask them. Okay.
Can I ask something?
Yes, of course.
Does the school, the Frontisterio, has to have one login account and then everybody shares it, or every teacher has one?
You're talking about Flipgrid or Edmodo?
Let's start with Edmodo.
On Edmodo, I have created all classes myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I basically assigned some of the teachers, 3 of my teachers, to help me. Mm-hmm. Upload all the work. But of course you can do it. I mean, this was initially because we thought we were going to be shut just for 2 weeks. So we thought, okay, we can just do asynchronous learning. Mm-hmm. And then when we open, we will substitute everything anyway. Mm-hmm. Now that we know it's going to be way more than 2 weeks, I'm still thinking about it. I'm trying to find a way to have all teachers work through a combination of synchronous, asynchronous learning, but I'm not ready yet, because I need to, I'm learning Zoom, but the problem is how to ask every teacher to do that. Some of them might not want to do it, might want to do face-to-face lessons, and it's the right. Yes. So it's kind of complicated, because it's the financial issue as well. Do you pay people who teach online, or do you pay them when they substitute the same hour? So I'm trying to find a way through it, and when I find it, it's going to be the next.
everybody does that. So initially you say that we should have a school account,
Yes.
and then let's see what happens.
Yes, because what you can do is through this, if you have all the classes together on Edmodo, where's my Edmodo? Okay. You then can assign co-teachers. I'll show you how. So I'm the teacher for all classes, let's say, but I don't really do work for all classes. If you go to D class, for example, where's my D class? It's here. The co-teacher is Vicky, and she posts everything exactly the same way. But other D class teachers, because it's not just Vicky and me, can, if they want, they can contribute. And how you can do that, you go here to members, you go to teachers, and see everybody who has co-teacher. I'll do it with Stella, I'll make her a co-teacher. I'll do it with Kelly, I'll make her a co-teacher. And how you can invite them, I'll do it now with Kevin. You go here, invite by email. Kevin, I'm going to invite you. Okay, here you are. Send, and he gets the email with the code and he can join the class. And then I can make him a co-teacher or a read-only member or a teacher. Now, if you, it's very straightforward, guys. Edmodo is very simple. It's so much like Facebook that it makes it easy.
So
yes,
that can work like not a whole class, but τμήματα, junior A1, junior A.
Yes, you can do it like that. I decided not to do it like that. So, for example, in my A regular, I have, normally we have, I don't know, 60 students, I don't know, and 47 of them are already on Edmodo, which means I saw that the percentage of students participating on Edmodo is getting higher and higher as days go by, obviously because they have nothing to do, or their parents tell them go on Edmodo and do the work. For me, the most important thing is that this go on Edmodo and do the work is not something they're terribly bored of doing. It has to be somehow fun. That's why I'm telling you, add the human element. The human element is very important.
Okay.
Questions. It's question time. There are some questions on the chat, perhaps. Okay, I think no, we'll not be able to catch up when school now. Okay. Let me go. Okay. I'll start with Vasiliki Vaso's question from Mitilini. What can we do with junior classes since their lessons are based on total physical response games, etc.? You're right, Vaso, but we're using Edmodo with junior classes as well, exactly in the same way. We haven't used it with pre-junior yet. However, the teachers do upload some videos with songs and, the numbers, the colors, and so on. But with A junior, we use it exactly in the same way. Just make sure that your video recording for the presentation is short. With young learners, it cannot be long, like maximum 10 minutes of presentation. Can students use these platforms by tablet? Yes, they can. Tablet, smartphone, or computers, desktop or laptop. Okay, Kevin. Since we have the Edmodo quiz, why should somebody prefer Socrates? Very good, very good question, Evelina. You don't have to. I just thought of variety. Like you can have everything on Edmodo, and the quizzes are great. But for example, they're familiar with Kahoot. They know the platform. They're familiar with Quizlet. They know the platform. Why not have some variety and bring some tools they already know in? Now, using the book means that the students who do not follow until will not be able to catch up when schools open. True, but this is how we're going to do it, Maria. decided that, for example, if we have 7-8 juniors, we will start the online Edmodo class from the one who's further ahead. So like if everybody's on unit 7 and there is one who's on unit 8, Edmodo starts with unit 8. When we open, we will cover unit 7, for example, for the ones who haven't done it face to face. For the ones who are not able to follow, who in our case are very, very few, I have decided I will hold special lessons, fewer hours, just to cover for the missed sessions. There's no other way. I mean, we cannot just not do the book for a month. How do we invite students in Edmodo? Pat, I gave a detailed description of that at the beginning. When you get the video recorded, you can have a look at it. How to record our own video message. Again, you can do it on your phone, of course, through the video. You can do it through your laptop camera. I do it on QuickTime through my laptop camera or on my phone. I use InShot. I add some emoticons and some fun stuff to make it, you know, more fun. And that's it. I mean, you will get this presentation and you can watch it again and again. You can stop it where you want. You can check the links. And I hope it helped somehow. I know these are difficult times and we're all trying to find solutions. Synchronous learning is going to be more difficult for young learners. And I'm not sure it can work. I'm not sure. I want to explore the possibility. But I'm not sure. With B1 and above, it's going to work easily, synchronous, because they have the tech expertise. The problem with the younger ones is that if we want to do synchronous learning through Skype or Zoom or whatever, they need the parent next to them.
Exactly.
So I'm here if you need anything. You can email me, text me, call me, whatever. These days I have way fewer things to do. Μένω σπίτι, μένουμε σπίτι. I hope we all get out healthy out of this. This is my first concern. Let's be healthy and strong and safe, and we will survive. If we survive, we will survive the financial impact and everything. Hope to see you again online. I will now save this video and send it to you. And whatever you need, you know where to find me. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Maria.
Bye, thank you.